Hi, good evening. Welcome to the show. This evening we have a special guest, none other than from the He-Man films, Skeletor himself, and we'll welcome him on now. Thank you, Skeletor. Come on, welcome. And good evening, Skeletor. How are you this evening? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
So, tell me, Skeletor, what first attracted you to the film industry as an actor, so to speak?
Well, that's an interesting question, but most of all it was because I thought I had the looks to be a success. And that is why I decided that acting was for me. And I went for it, and I have got it.
Interesting. Okay, and tell us about where you grew up, about your childhood.
Well, that is a very interesting point that you're making about my early days. I started out at college, I went further on, and then I became leader of the pack, so to speak, yes. But it didn't take me long to realise I had what it took to be an actor.
Interesting. Tell us about the He-Man days.
I knew that question was going to come up at some point. I really don't like speaking about it. People seem to think that's all I'm known for being in He-Man. But there's so much more, there is a heck of a lot more to me than that.
The next Skeletor, the He-Man film is what you are famous for.
Well, that might be, but I'm sure you're known for certain things that you'd rather not talk about. And you wish that wasn't the only thing you'd achieved in life. You wish there was more to what you achieved than just one show, that's all you're thought about, and people think you're really evil and you're like that in real life just because of the way you've been portrayed on film.
Yes, but people's perceptions of things are sometimes portrayed of what they see on camera. Okay, so we'll change the subject. We'll stop talking about He-Man.
About time.
Tell us about your ambitions for the future, Skeletor. Skeletor, you could have used the glass if you wanted to. Could you tell us what you're doing with yourself nowadays?
Well, I suppose I can, yes. When I go down on my hunkers, good interviewer, as I do day in, day out, there's only one thing I pray. Show me how to save Skeletor from evil when I am dead. That prayer has just been answered.
Really interesting. And how do you think that might come about?
Well, how do you think it came about, good Cardinal?
Well, enlighten me.
Well, how do you think it came about? Well, it's obvious.
Well, it's not obvious to me, I'm afraid.
Is this obvious enough for you?
Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
I did warn you.
Right,
I warned you.
Calm down. Tell us, did you identify, for instance, with the character you played in He-Man? I mean, did it portray in your, or come out in your real life?
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. But you know, in your life, when things are different to how you felt they would be as a person, but when you look deeper into the underground hemisphere, you felt things were not quite in the same level as they were originally. Did you ever feel that yourself? And that is what I felt like playing the role of Skeletor, but then again, I can't say that I was nothing like him because I probably was something like him in certain aspects of my acting profession.
That's interesting. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank our star guest, Skeletor, for coming on this evening.
No problem, no problem. Thank you.
And a big round of applause for Skeletor, ladies and gentlemen.